This is the first in a series of videos on basic vehicle maintenance. This is, well, I'm calling it episode 0 since it's just some basic tips, advice, and getting to know your vehicle.
Firstly, you're going to want to create a checklist of things to find, including your battery, spare tire, fuse box, oil reservoir, and dipstick.
In this case, I'm going to be teaching you on this truck here. For starters, you're going to want to know some stuff about the inside here. Let me just turn on the light. So if you have anything like this that plugs into the cigarette lighter, you're going to want to have that unplugged when you're parked, otherwise it'll drain your battery. Then you of course want to, if you don't have automatic headlights, then turn them off whenever you get out of the vehicle. Then of course you're going to want to make sure that you turn off these lights. In my case it's just this little knob right here. I'm just going to keep them on while I'm doing this, just for the sake of lighting. Then of course you're going to want to get to know a few things, so like where is your little switch to pop the hood? Most vehicles that's just right here. Then you're also going to want to know where your fuse panels are. Usually you'll see some under the door jambs, some like right around this area, some under the other door jamb, some under the hood. You'll know that. Then you can just turn this off now. You'll also want to know where your spare tire is located. For most trucks, that's just going to be right under here, in this spot right here, under the box. If you have a SUV or anything like that, it's typically going to be just in the trunk, under the mat, in its own little compartment. Now it's time to get a little acquainted with under the hood, get to know everything under here so that you can just know where all that is when it comes to other maintenance things. Right here, this is the wiper fluid reservoir. This has a little battery symbol on it. This is actually one of the fuse boxes, but it's a pain to get off because you have this little thing here which keeps it on. Then you of course have your belts and engine here. I'm not going to get into that since that's more complicated maintenance. Then right here you have your battery, which you can very easily do yourself. There will be all the guide on that at some point. Then right here, don't know if you can see that, but right here is your oil reservoir, and then right next to it is your dipstick, which you use to check your oil levels. And that is well, most of the stuff under the hood for basic maintenance. So just close that now.
And that concludes this guide.